And welcome to Marcus and Mike Show, guys. I am Mike. My man over here to the right is Marcus. Marcus, what's up today, man? Happy
Hey,
November.
hey, doing pretty good. Yeah, it is the first day of November. That's right. Yeah, Friday.
First day of November. Well, first things first, man. How was your Halloween? Did you guys go get some candy, trick or
Yeah,
treat, have a good time?
took the kids out trick or treating. It was cold here, but like it's probably pales in comparison to your cold. Like we trick or treated in 40 degree, 39 degrees, and we did it for about an hour.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it was fun. People still did it. It wasn't as people in San Antonio here. They're scared of the cold weather, so it wasn't as many people.
Right.
And 39 degrees isn't going to scare us away, but yeah. I mean, how cold was it for you guys?
Well, it was about 36 degrees here, but the wind was
Okay,
blowing about 40 miles an hour, so it was
that
cutting through us. Yeah.
that makes a big time difference. I was
Yeah.
telling people last night it's 39 degrees and the wind isn't blowing. Man, we're lucky.
Yeah. So like, I mean, we went trick or treating with me and my two-year-old went for like 5 minutes, and we're like, you know what? He got
Yeah,
some candy. He got a sucker.
yeah,
He's like my
yeah.
man's happy. Like it is what it is.
Let's call it
Um,
a night. Yeah,
Speaking of being happy, San Francisco 49er fans got to be happy. They escaped with the win last night, 28-24 over the Arizona Cardinals. Jimmy G does throw for 4 touchdowns. I believe that is a career high for him in his quickly 16-game season that he has finally started, or 16 games that he's finally started. What's your takeaway from this game?
yeah. That might have been Jimmy G's best performance. The defense didn't play as well as they advertised. And we talked about this the other day that Arizona could possibly give them their first loss. And Arizona was up to the task a little bit, and Arizona was game, but in the end, you know, San Francisco 49ers won, and that was a tough game. I mean, that's why I did pick Arizona, man, on the road against a divisional opponent on a Thursday night. That those are tough.
They are
You don't
tough.
do you no favors on those, and yeah, it was a big time game for the 49ers to get out of there with a 3-point win.
Yeah, everything exactly what you said. That's the exact reason why I picked the Arizona Cardinals as well.
Yeah.
I mean, like it was, I believe it was 7-0 pretty much throughout the whole first quarter, and then toward the very end, the 49ers scored a late touchdown with like 4 or 5 seconds left in the first quarter.
I wonder
Second
what the
quarter,
yeah. I wonder
yeah,
what the point spread was on that game.
I'm
'Cause I
not for
would have picked
sure. Yeah.
I would have taken Arizona plus the points. I think I would have won. But go ahead.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the big thing for the San Francisco, or for the Arizona Cardinals, was the addition of Kenyon Drake. He
Yeah.
went for 110 yards and a touchdown. So adding that dynamic threat to this team moving forward, the Arizona Cardinals, they're going to kind of be that team that you never really want to sleep on, because like
Yeah.
they're going to be consistently hanging around like these 28-25 scores. At some point they have to go their way, unlike if you are a Cleveland Brown fan, which where you're just destined to lose all those close
Right.
games. So
And for the Cardinals, they had an Andy Isabella sighting.
right.
Remember we talked about him in the draft, kid out of UMass.
Correct.
He was the Josh Rosen player. He will always be forever. He was the 62nd overall pick, and so the Cardinals traded Josh Rosen to the Dolphins. In return, they got the second round 62nd overall pick, and it ended up being Andy Isabella, the little white boy that scored an 80-yard touchdown, and he's pretty good. He's going to be good in the slot for them for many years.
Yeah, they definitely need to start utilizing him, because I believe he only has
Right.
like 4 or 5 catches on the
Yeah.
whole,
Yeah.
like on the whole
Right.
year. So like this last night, did have one catch for that 88 yards
Right.
for the touchdown, which was great for them. A great momentum swing, I guess, moving forward. So looking at the Cardinals schedule moving forward, it's a very good possibility these guys could go 500, because they do play the
Yeah.
Bucks next. Then they play the 49ers again, and then they play the Browns. So I mean, you could easily see them getting 5, 6, or 7 wins going on this season, and like adding that tie in there. I'm not for
Yeah.
sure if you want to add that tie as a win or a loss, but either way, they probably won't finish 500, but they'll finish 7-8, which is pretty solid, I think,
Yeah.
for them.
Sometimes at the end of the year, the tie helps you or it hurts you. It just depends.
Right. So week number 8 is well underway now. We don't have any games until obviously Sunday morning, which is the London game.
Yeah.
So the first things first, let's go ahead and pick that game. The Texans do play the 4-4 Jaguars. Who do you got winning this game?
This game could go either way. I think the odds makers have the Texans only favored by 1 or 1.5, so that tells you a lot right there. The odds makers think this is pretty much a pick'em game. I'll go Texans, man, by 3, a game-winning field goal by Ka'imi Fairbairn. I mean, that's how close this game will be. The Texans didn't go to London until like Thursday, which is kind of – I would have left right away.
Right.
Kind of weird. First game without J.J. Watt. The Texans, good news, I think they're getting their tackles back, Laramie Tunsil and Titus Howard. So, man, listen, I think Minshew Magic, I think it's still there, man. I think Minshew is a good quarterback. Man, this thing could go either way. Wouldn't shock me at all if Jacksonville won. Got to get up at 8 in the morning and see that, right? Yeah. Texans are 1.5. I just looked up at the TV. I'll pick Texans like in a low scoring 20-17 or something, or I don't know, man. I think it's going to be a field goal. So would it be like 27-30 or 20-17? Texans by a field goal.
Right. So just to answer some questions in the chat here, Chris Hill, we will pick that Arizona 49er game next week because it's a week 9. Then they play again week 11. So we'll go ahead and pick that game later. But I'm going to have to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars this week simply because of every reason that you brought up, because the Texans did not leave until Thursday. They are a complete, 8 hours ahead of us. So when it's 8 o'clock in the morning here, it's going to be, they are a complete 12 hours in front of us, if I'm not mistaken. So it's 8 a.m. there. It's going to be 8 p.m. there.
So basically you're playing like a Saturday game for both teams. They're going to lose a day.
Right. And like having that jet lag and not getting there till Thursday afternoon, more than likely Friday, like early Friday morning, that's got to weigh heavy on the players. And then the loss of J.J. Watt is huge for the Texans, whether you want to admit it or not. So that's why I'm going with the Jaguars, and I think it's going to be a 6-point game. I'm thinking like 18-12 type of score, really low scoring, odd type of score there. Moving forward here to the traditional Sunday afternoon games, the 1 o'clock game, you had the Washington Redskins 1-7 take on the 5-2 Buffalo Bills. Who do you got?
I'll make this really short and easy because we'll go rapid fire here because we got to wrap it up. But hey, no, Buffalo will beat the Washington Redskins. The Washington Redskins are playing. I mean, they have to see what they have in their quarterback because they're going to be in the Tua and Oregon quarterback sweepstakes. Justin Herbert pretty quickly here.
Yeah, I'm going with the Buffalo Bills as well. Josh Allen is playing well this season. Yeah. Moving forward here, Kansas City Chiefs 5-3 at home take on the 6-2 Minnesota Vikings. Who do you got?
Wow, is that a noon game?
That's a 1 p.m. Eastern time game. Yep, that
should be a prime time game. Is Mahomes playing, or he's a game time decision?
Yeah, I am not for sure. I haven't heard anything. I do know he has been practicing all week, but as far as the injury report, let's see if I can click on the GameCast for us real quick.
Listen, I like Matt Moore. I think he can make all the throws. He's been in the league for many years. There's not a defense he hadn't seen. But to be honest, this game is as big as Patrick Mahomes is going to play or not. I think if it's Matt Moore again, I think the Minnesota Vikings win in a close game. If Patrick Mahomes plays, I think Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs win in a close game.
So as of
defense is a beast.
So as of October 31st, he is listed as doubtful, which as a Chiefs fan, I do hope he sits out. I hope he sits out till the bye week and then comes after the bye week fully healthy and ready to go. So with all that being said, I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs either way. I mean, there's no way we're going to lose 4 games at Arrowhead this year, is there? I mean,
yeah, there's a good possibility that you're going up against Matt Moore is going to go up against a better defense than what he saw in Green Bay.
Right.
And then but you're not going up against Aaron Rodgers.
True.
So this is going to be this game should be prime time.
Yeah, this should definitely be a primetime game.
Yeah.
Moving forward here, speaking of non-primetime games, you have the New York Football Jets, 1-6, take on the 0-7 Miami Dolphins. Who do you got?
I don't know, but here's another one where only the parents of the players and grandma and them will watch this game. The Jets will win. I'm a believer in Sam Darnold. Oh, let's hope he didn't see any ghosts last night at Halloween or whatever. I'm still a believer in Sam Darnold. I'll take him and the Jets winning against Miami.
After watching Miami play on Monday night, I'm going to go with Miami. I don't think they're going to go 0-16, and I think the Jets are just kind of in the tank for Tua State as well, or whoever they want to get. So it's going to be a low-scoring 6-3 score, but my Miami does win this game.
Here's it. The Jets aren't going to draft Tua or Herbert. If they get the number one pick, I don't think they'll get the number one pick, though. But you definitely believe that it'll be traded faster than you can say traded.
Right. So moving on to another possible primetime game, or it should be a primetime game, 3-4 Chicago Bears take on the 4-4 Philadelphia Eagles. Who do you got?
I'm going to give the Chicago Bears one more week here to save face. Coach Nagy there kind of blew it before the first half there. They should have been able to beat the Chargers. He didn't trust Trubisky to throw the football real quick in the end zone, and they ran out of time, and then he kind of messed up there at the end of the game, if you want to call it a mess up. I'm going to give them one more opportunity. I think the Bears defense shuts down Carson Wentz and company, and I'm going to give Trubisky one more week and Nagy one more week. If they lose this one, they won't make the playoffs. This is the Bears right here. Listen, you know what? I'll tell you right now. The loser of this game will not make the playoffs because that will put the Eagles at 4-5. Yeah, they're out. They're done.
So I can definitely tell the Cowboy fan coming out in you in this game because you, I got to go with the Philadelphia Eagles. Like, and this they are at home. They aren't playing horrible. They're kind of starting to click a little bit. But Philadelphia is favored by 4.5 points. So I'll pick Philly to win outright. But if I'm a betting man, I'm picking the Chicago Bears to cover that spread.
Okay.
Moving forward, you've already kind of picked this game in other shows, but you have the Indianapolis Colts 5-2 take on the 3-4 Pittsburgh Steelers. Who do you got?
I'll take Pittsburgh. I think they're on a roll ever since Minkah Fitzpatrick. They made the trade for him. They've simplified their defense a little bit. They're playing better. They're playing lights out. I think Rudolph has another good game in him. And listen, Indianapolis, people are falling. They could barely beat Denver, and it took a miracle to beat Denver at home. Von Miller, basically had Jacoby Brissett in it. I don't know if you saw that play, but he had him.
Yeah, I saw it.
Give Jacoby Brissett and them credit, but you would think if everybody was talking about how great Indianapolis was, if they were still great, they would have taken care of Denver at home, by a couple of touchdowns, or they wouldn't have had to gone to that route, the last second field goal. I think Pittsburgh beats them. And Indianapolis, moves to 5 they're 5. They'll move to 5-3, I guess.
So I'm going to kind of reiterate what you said about the Chicago Bears and Philadelphia Eagle games. If the Steelers lose this game, they are out of the playoffs. So they're playing in like a must-win situation here to get to the 500 point here. Right. With that being said, I do like the Colts. I like them a lot. I saw them play against the Kansas City Chiefs. Like, I dissected that game, and I like what they have working there. But something's just not clicking right now for the Indianapolis Colts. So that's why I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers this week to beat the Colts. Moving forward, Tennessee Titans 4-4 take on the 4-3 Carolina Panthers. Who do you got?
Wow. This one right here will be the hardest hitting football game of the week. Carolina is pissed. They got their ass handed to them.
Yes, they did.
Last week, 51-13 or whatever it was. And Tennessee, Tennessee barely won. They barely beat. This one right here, we're talking about a slugfest, 17-17 in the fourth quarter. Where is it being played at? That's who will win.
It is at Carolina, 3.5 point favorite.
Carolina will win 19-16.
This game has me going back and forth a lot. I think both these teams are kind of overrated by their record-wise goes. I'm going to go with Carolina because they are the home team. Now we're moving to the Sunday night games, the 4:05 times here. Detroit Lions 3-3-1 on the season, take on the 3-4 Oakland Raiders. Who do you got?
I think the Raiders come up. This is another one. This is is it in? It's at Raiders, right?
It is at Oakland. Yep.
and next year that'll be at Vegas.
Right.
And I guess that stadium will be ready. I want to go to a game. My sister lives in Las Vegas, and I'm going to probably go to a couple of those games.
That'd be
I
nice.
don't know if they're going to – the stadium's supposed to be ready, but if it's not, they're going to play where the UNLV Rebels play.
Right.
Which is, I've heard, is a nice stadium.
It is.
This is another one. If it was in Detroit in the Dome, I would take Detroit by a field goal. But it's at Raiders in the grass. I'm going to go ahead and take the Raiders by 3.
So this is going to be the Kansas City Chiefs fan coming out in me, rooting for them. I got to go with the Detroit Lions. I think they are a better, well-rounded team, and I just can't have Oakland catch ground on my Kansas City Chiefs while Patrick Mahomes is out. So I got to go with Detroit this week.
Michael, I'm going to tell you right now, it's scary times for the Chiefs because if they happen to drop that game in Minnesota and then the Raiders win, it's a lot closer than you want to see.
Yeah, the Raiders will be 4-4 and the Chiefs will be 5-4. So it's a virtual. Yeah,
I'm rooting for you.
So another primetime game here. We have Tampa Bay Buccaneers 2-5 on the season, take on the 6-2 Seattle Seahawks. Who do you got?
Oh God, it's crazy. It's Tampa Bay, right?
Yep. No. It is at Seattle.
Oh no, but it's Tampa Bay at Seattle.
Yes.
What's funny is Seattle will win this game, but it won't be like. I don't think it'll be like, oh, Russell Wilson, 5 touchdowns. And no, he might throw 5 touchdowns. But I think Tampa Bay will be right there with him. Tampa Bay is one of those teams that they're going to play. Bruce Arians has still got the locker room. He hasn't lost the locker room.
Yep. Jameis Winston starting to come into his own a little bit. Yeah,
I think this is back and forth, and Russell Wilson has the ball at the end, and I don't know what the point spread is, but I wouldn't take Seattle by more than like a touchdown. So I'd be like 41-38 Seattle.
So the point spread is 4.5 points.
See, Vegas is onto something. You would think that Seattle would be favored by more than that.
Right. They are a good-looking team.
Yeah, but Tampa Bay, they know that Tampa Bay does come to play.
Yes.
Tampa Bay will lose. I'm talking we have 41-38 Seattle.
Yeah, I'm going to kind of utter everything that you just said there. Exact carbon copy. Whoever has the ball last will win this game. I think it's going to be the Seahawks. Give me Russell with 30 seconds left in the game. I think he wins it out. 4:25 game here. We have the Denver Broncos 2-5. I'm sorry, the Cleveland Browns 2-5 take on the 2-6 Denver Broncos. Who do you got?
Man, I was watching this fat Nationals fan slide across the thing like he was like 500 pounds and he slid because they won the World Series. Man, I got completely distracted by 500 pounds celebrating the Washington Nationals win. It's on HBO. His name is Clinton. You got to see this. You go look at it. My God. Man, he just motivated me to not to eat today, man.
That's tough, man. That's tough.
I don't want to look like that, man. God. He would look like if you combine both of us. And then we still would be, more. I mean, that dude, how much are you? How much do you weigh, Michael?
I'm 220, man.
I'm 230. So we're 450. He might have us beat, man. That's
tough.
Go look at this guy named Clinton. He did a belly dive. This dude, and he had his shirt off. It's freezing cold over there. I got completely distracted. What's the game again?
Let me reel that back in a little bit. You had the 2-5 Cleveland Browns on the road take on the 2-6 Denver Broncos.
Oh my God! Here's another one where I guess you're a fantasy football fan. You'll see if you have Odell Beckham, but he's only averaging about 60 yards a game. So if you have Odell Beckham on your fantasy, you're probably pulled your hair out like me. I guess I'll go Cleveland. I think Denver's going in the tank. Denver's starting a new kid at quarterback, and I think it's gonna be bad news. I would start Drew Lock. I don't know why they're starting Allen.
I'm not sure about that either.
It's kind of weird to me, kidding Drew Allen. I forgot. You need to start Lock. I mean, I don't get it. He's a second-round pick, the 41st overall pick. I don't know why they're starting Allen, but give me Cleveland. I think Cleveland's heard all the crap all week about how much they suck, and sometimes when you hear that, we'll find out a lot about Cleveland. I'm gonna tell you something. We're back here on Monday, which we will be right around this time. If Cleveland Browns, if we're talking about Baker Mayfield and oh man, I struggled again, and what's his Freddie Kitchens made another poor decision. It's really they're for real done.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I think Cleveland wins a close game.
Yeah, and I think they are for real done because it is hard to go to Denver, Colorado, and play at Mile High Stadium. Give me the Broncos 16-12.
Okay.
I'd like the other primetime late game here, 4:25. You have the Green Bay Packers 7-1 traveling to LA to take on the 3-5 Chargers. Who do you got?
That is a pretty good game. They're playing in a 30,000 seat stadium, and I guarantee you 20,000 of them will be Packer fans.
Right.
So, no. That's going to be weird. Watch that game, and whenever Devontae Adams scores a touchdown, which he will, you're going to hear more. You're going to hear it's like a home game for the Packers. And then when Eckler scores for this Chargers, you won't even hear as much. You won't even hear it. They'll drown them out. I'm gonna go Chargers, man. Chargers. I don't think they're as bad as their record is. They're not. You know they're not. You know they're not. Knowing that they've been in your division, you've been watching them. They beat the Bears last week. I think they're going to get Green Bay this week, and there'll be a big time feather in the cap of the Chargers. And watch Bosa, man. Watch Bosa. Brian Bulaga, and who's the other tackle? Bakhtiari. You remember those guys? Bakhtiari and Bulaga.
Yep, you're right.
Neither one of them, they'll line up Bosa maybe on both sides. I'm gonna watch that matchup. If they can neutralize Bosa, this will be fun to watch. I'm gonna go Chargers.
So once again, this is a Kansas City Chiefs fan in me saying I gotta root for the Packers because the Packers beat the Kansas City Chiefs, and I don't want to see a 4-5 Los Angeles Chargers and a 4-4 Oakland team.
Yeah.
One game behind my Kansas City Chiefs. So I'm going to be rooting for the Packers, and I think they are going to win by 10 points Sunday afternoon there. So one last game that we're going to pick for today is the nightcap Sunday night game. New England Patriots 8-0 travel to the 5-2 Baltimore Ravens. Who do you got?
Yeah, I can't. I keep on waiting to see the damn New England Patriots slip up and lose. Wow, this is a tough one. I'm going to take Baltimore just for fun. This is one of those ones where it's kind of like the Arizona one at San Francisco, Arizona last night. I'm going to take Baltimore just for fun. I think New England can't be perfect every week, and how is Bill Belichick's defense going to do against Lamar Jackson running around? Maybe he might struggle a little bit in figuring out how to get this done. This is going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm rooting for the New England Patriots because I guess you can call me a Lamar Jackson hater, but I don't want him to be the one to dethrone the Patriots of a perfect season whatsoever. Yeah. But this is going to be a great game. This is I guess you can say the second true test that the New England Patriots have had this season, besides the Buffalo Bills. 2 weeks ago. Yeah. So this is going to be a good game. It's going to come down to the wire. It's going to be a 30-27 game. New England Patriots going to Baltimore and beat them.
Hey, if you really want to see if Lamar Jackson sucks or not, this secondary of New England's the best in the league. He's not throwing. He's not throwing to victory here, Lamar Jackson. He's going to have to run to victory on this Sunday.
Which that will play into Lamar Jackson's strength because he is not a very good passer down the field. He is a good scrambler in getting yards, like on the ground. So I feel Bill Belichick will try to take that running game away and make him beat you on the pass. Be a lot of man coverage on the outside. So with all that being said, any closing thoughts for today?
No, we will. We'll do the Monday night game, Cowboys Giants. We'll do that Monday. Okay,
yeah, we will break that down. We will break that down.
No closing thoughts. I mean, just good weekend, and hopefully these games are fun, man. The NFL is fun, man. It sucks. I mean, the NFL is like a short 4 months, during the year, and man, we're getting ready to hit mid season here. I mean, it's going
past mid-season, man. We are on the latter half.
Oh no, man. Some people just played 7 or games. We're right at midpoint here. I mean, it goes by too fast, man. Like for real.
So before we head out,
for me, it's football all day because I got to wake up and watch Houston, then noon, then 3. I mean, it's just nuts. But go ahead.
So before we head out, we saw the upset of K-State over OU last weekend here.
Right.
K-State jumped up to number 22 in the polls.
They did. Okay, cool.
Do you think they are warrant of that spot?
Yeah.
I believe they're now 5-2 on the season.
Man, you're 5-2 and you beat Oklahoma. Hell yeah, you are. I mean, I wish they wouldn't even. Oklahoma wouldn't. I knew it. See, you're a K-State fan, so you were like, oh God, they're gonna come back. I had confidence, man. They were up 18. There's no way they would have come back. They made
They're
it
up 25, man.
Yeah, it was no, and then it was. And I know that I flipped
Yeah.
away from the TV and it was 18, and I was like, "There's still no way," because then they made it 48-38, and I was telling my son, I was like, "Okay, cool, they made it 48-38. Okay, if they kick a field goal, Kansas State's going to win 48-41, or Kansas State's going to win. They score a touchdown. Kansas State's going to win 48-45. So there's no way." But I'm sure you were much more scared than I was about that game.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
All right,
Right.
man. So that's going to be it for you guys. Thanks for joining us. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. iTunes and Spotify is where you can find our podcast. Join us Monday, Cowboys versus Giants.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
All right.